and sit down.
Oh yeah, that, my friends, is how you want to start a Monday morning with a little jiggly, jiggly, jiggly in the house. Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is Monday morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend. My weekend was good. My daughter started her first job, part-time job last week, and she worked Saturday and Sunday. My wife had some relatives at Myrtle Beach, and instead of all three of us going over there for the night, Saturday to Sunday, because my daughter had to work, we said, hey, I told my wife, just drive over, have a little Helen time. My wife's name is Helen. So I said, you know what? Have a little Helen time. Drive over to Myrtle Beach Friday, Saturday morning, see your family, come back Sunday. It'll all be good. We got it under control. So that's what she did. So, you know, she left Saturday morning around 7 a.m. My daughter had to work at 11. Yeah, 11 on Saturday. So I got her up, pretty much took her to work and stuff, came home. I was like, all right, I got the house to myself. I got some work to do. I'm going to get up here and start working. So I get up here, and I start doing some inking. I'm at my drawing table, my real desk. I'm doing a little inking. Next thing I know, boom, power goes out. Beautiful sunny day. Why does the power go out? Because the day before, there was a massive rainstorm, and somebody took out a power pole, and Duke Energy was out here working on it. And maybe something they were doing knocked the power out. Point is, I worked for another hour just from the light that came in through my windows in my office. And then I was like, all right, that's about as much as I can do with natural light. I'm done. So I go inside the house. I still got a couple hours before I pick my daughter up from work. Can't do much inside the house without much light. So I took a nap. Did what any sane person would do. Took a nap. Let me say hi to some people in the little chat here. Val was here super early. What's up, Val? Good morning to you. Good morning, AJ. Jay Lee. Oh, my nose is itchy. It's not from what you think. Good morning, Jay Lee. Already said hi to him. Statistical Zeros giving me some great shout outs on Twitter. Thank you so much. Hello, Mr. Stat Zero. Hyper Kaiju. Hello. That's right. Jiggly can be a female superhero with huge bazookas. Hey, that's not a bad idea. What's up, man? Kim is in the house. All right. Good to see you. Oh, Chris Reeder. Hello to you, buddy. So yeah, so I napped it out Saturday, picked my daughter up from work, and we went out, got something to eat, came home, power still out. 6:15, power was out when we got home. Oh, by the grace of God, thank God it came on at about 6:45. And we watched this movie on Netflix called, actually, you know what? I want to make sure I get the name of the movie right. So give me a second here. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll show you guys the trailer. See, hopefully that won't get me bounced. I thought this was a pretty good movie. It's in French, so as long as you don't mind subtitles, you're fine. Let's see if I can find the name of it. Oh, here it is. The name of this movie we watched Saturday night is How I Became a Superhero. It is on Netflix. Let me just pause this, and I'll show you guys the trailer. Got to share the whole screen. Share audio. So we watched this Saturday night, and we liked it. So let's watch the trailer.
Bye, guys. Bye. See ya. See ya.
It was actually good. My daughter was hesitant, but she liked it. Oh, nobody was great. Huh.
Is anyone?
That's weird. I wonder why it's not showing up. I wonder if that's a Netflix thing, like they know I'm sharing. All right, well, guys, I don't know why it's not sharing properly. Maybe it's a Netflix thing that they know I'm screen sharing or something. It goes black. That's weird. Anyhow, it's the Stevie Wonder story. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it started to show, but then it didn't. Anyhow, it's a good movie. Basically, this cop gets teamed up with this new cop. He's the lead detective. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably Statistical Zero probably has it. Copyright. Did you see the timestamp was showing 138? No, I didn't. Anyhow, that's a copyright protection, it says. Who knew? Well, there you go. I wonder if I could find it on YouTube. Share the YouTube video? Nah. How I Became a Superhero. It's a French movie. I thought the dubbing was really done well, which, I mean, it's 2021, so dubbing should be done pretty good now. So I would watch it. I say it's worth your time to check out. I thought the lead actress, who I haven't heard of any of these people, obviously. I thought the lead actress was really good, and she was pretty to look at. So there you go. Probably protecting their video because we could see their text. Yeah, probably. Little housekeeping, though, we must do. You know what that means? For everybody new, one, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And here's First Man graphic novel by Andy Smith. Who's that guy? Oh, that's me. That's me. Little me. Anyhow, the First Man graphic novel is in demand. You can get it now. Here's the book right here in my hands. Look at that, zooming into the camera. 64-page, fun-filled action. You will love it. If you like superhero comics, you will not be let down. Little Spider-Man, little Shazam, little Captain Marvel, all mixed into this one graphic novel that I did. So check that out. It also, if you like behind the scenes stuff, the program book right here. The program book features shots of First Man by different guys. Like, look at that. There's now a Davis drawing of First Man. Val says Monarch always looks insanely badass, because he is. Brandon Peterson shot of First Man. Bart Sears shot of First Man. So definitely, Brian Hitch, First Man, pencils by him, inks by me. There's layouts and stuff in here as well. So definitely check out First Man. It's in demand. The book would ship out today. Link, if you're going, well, where's the link? It's in the description below the video, guys. So you can just click that. And then, of course, we have First Man 2 Learning Curve. Sign up for this so you don't miss out, and you get 10% off special discount there. So sign up for this as well. You'll also see a link in the description below to sign up for this. This is a preview of the campaign. Oh, look at it. Look at the preview of the campaign. Ooh, preview art. Oh, yeah, baby. Good stuff here. So sign up for this as well. AJ says, I want to draw a Monarch. I imagine that would be a lot of fun. Do it. Show it to me. Monarch needs to have a giant motorcycle and have a hobby of running over people just for fun. That would be fun, actually. You know, Monarch versus Pit. Ooh, two big bad guys like that fighting each other. How cool would that be? Also, not to make you guys sick, who's eating breakfast right now? Whose fist is that? The one punching Apollo out of the sky? Well, I'll show you this. Booyah! So the fist, this guy punching First Man, he's the new villain that I'm introducing in First Man 2 Learning Curve. That's who he is. You know, that's about as much as I can say about it. So there you go. The silhouette in the middle of the four faces. Could that be the new villain? Yes. I need to pick up the program book. Please do. It is part of Chris. You know you can get it, brother. It is right there. Program book is right there by itself, so you can still get that bad boy. The reason I asked if you're eating breakfast, Lizzo, who is just, I don't know. I remember a time when you would look up to, Kim says, looks awesome. I know you're talking about my campaign and not Lizzo. I don't know why this is even a thing right here. Lizzo likes to show off herself. One, it's like, look, sweetie, you're going to show yourself off. You could smile for the camera. You know, how about smiling, Lizzo? Ever think of that? What do we got here? Oh my God, I didn't know you could click over. Still not smiling. She looks smug. She has this attitude about, this is what I don't like about Lizzo. I don't mind body positivity. I think you should feel good in your body. And, you know, if you're happy with the way you look and you're happy with yourself, more power to you. But don't flaunt it and be like, this is the new sexy, this is the new norm, and have a bitchy attitude like Lizzo seems to have. And especially this comment. Yeah, sex is cool, ... But have you tried effing with yourself? Is she saying effing with yourself because that's the only way she can get any action is with herself? What do we got here? Her butt crack was smiling, Andy. Come on. Ew. Yeah, I can set the bitch face from a hot chick, but fat. Yeah, exactly. You know what this makes me want to do? That's exactly what this makes me want to do. Lizzo just comes off like such a bitch. It's not even funny. Her songs I don't think are that great. Now, I'll be honest. When my dad was my age and I was my daughter's age, you know, my daughter was listening, or my dad would listen to the music I listened to and be like, your music sucks. I don't know what the hell you kids are listening to. Now, my daughter's not a huge Lizzo fan, thank God, but why would you look up to this person? It's ridiculous. Exactly. At the risk of sounding out of touch, who is Lizzo? Exactly. Somebody trying to grab attention saying that this is the new normal. This is not the new normal. That is what we call obese. Put on a little, ugh, please, come on. Her attitude is disgusting. I will stick with 8. Oh, yeah, I hear that. Why should I care who Lizzo is? Because she has a bunch of followers, and you know, you just really want to take those kids that like her and stuff and just shake them. They're not babies, so you don't shake a baby. Shaking a baby is bad, but you can shake a teenager and go, "Don't listen to Lizzo. She's an idiot." If you don't know, I guess you're not missing anything. Exactly. All right, enough of Lizzo and her garbage. Let's just turn that off. Let's get to why we're here. Why we're here is these Morpho books I want to show you guys. You're like, what are Morpho books? I'm going to full screen myself for a second here. Her most popular songs about how great she is. Exactly. She's, yeah. Did you ever see Mongolian girls? They have Asian faces, but they are tall and have really nice Oh. So Morpho, what are Morpho books? I discovered these on a friend of mine's, actually on Facebook maybe. Look at these. Look how tiny these are. Aren't these cute? Morpho, they're called. This guy, his name is Michel Lauricella. I screwed that up. There's a link in the description below this video so you can go see these books. And of course, they're available on Amazon as well. But they're tiny. I love how cute these little books are. And check this one out. So I'll be going through each one of them. Simplified forms, which, guys, when you're learning to draw, it all comes down to basic shapes. You've got to know the basic shapes when you're learning to draw. So this one is great to get your mind's eye to see simplified forms. And then after simplified forms, I thought, oh, muscled bodies, that's pretty cool. So this is all just about drawing muscles and how the muscles interconnect and things like that. So you take this book and take what you learn from this book and put it on top of simplified forms, you're good to go. Now, speaking of Lizzo, I got this book because fat and skin folds. You might think, oh, drawing overweight, obese, not that easy or not that hard. Trust me, this book was really, really good. I thought, you know, and these books aren't that expensive. They're like 14, 15 bucks. So if you want to draw Lizzo, get this book for sure. There's a bunch of other books the guy put out. There's one out on the skeleton and bony landmarks. And bony landmarks are, for instance, your elbow's a bony landmark, your knee, things like that. There's one coming out in January on clothing, which I am going to get as well. So I'm not going to get all of these in his library, but I'll definitely be getting more. I love how to draw books. I've said it before. So anyhow, let's go through these page by page. Muscled Bodies is the newest. Yes, it is. If I had these, do I still need reference drawing dynamic comics? Yes, you do. EVS said that you were the master of drawing muscled bodies. Oh, I appreciate that. Let's see. I always more blob from, yep. No, so the reason I personally refer to Frazetta, oh yeah, of course. I've got Frazetta's sketchbook. It's awesome. You still need what these books don't do, at least the three that I have, is they don't teach you how to draw from the standpoint of steps. Like obviously my book, Drawing Dynamic Comics, or How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, breaks down steps, as in here's step one, rough sketch, here's step two, build up the basic shape, step three, add anatomy, step four, final drawing with, finished pencils and stuff. These books don't do step-by-step drawing. They don't break down proportion, like, oh, the figure is actually, well, let's go through the simplified forms and see. I'm going to switch my camera here. So here we go, Morpho Simplified Forms. We'll go through this. Let's see. Drawing Wrinkles and Drapery is a fantastic book. Jack Hand books are awesome. I recommend those. So simplified forms. Here's the other great thing. When I first got this, I thought, oh my God, my book is messed up right from the printer, because I thought this part of the spine would be connected here, right? Because it's a square bound book. See that? But it's done so it lays flat. So don't worry, the book isn't coming apart when you open it and see that. It's made to lay flat. So we got the forward here. The introduction right here just shows a little bit of what he's going to be talking about inside the book. You can see basic shapes, even breaking it down to the typical box rectangles, and then putting the rib cage and stuff inside of that. And like at first you might go, oh, that's kind of text heavy. I don't want to read all that text. Let me tell you something. It's not text heavy. Once you get past this dude's introduction, the text lightens up. I love this. Like I always say, I learn new things from every book I get. Here's a great one. So the box. Of course, I knew about the box when drawing the pelvis area. But in the middle of the box, it's where the pubis hits or whatever. And then I'm like, wait a second. When I drop it all the way down to the bottom. But wait, as you go on, you see that it is the bottom for the crotchal region where you draw like the underwear line and stuff come up. This is like the very bottom of the abs, and you can kind of feel it on yourself. I love how he breaks down the simple forms of the legs. The foot, he breaks down simply. So we get to drawings. Oh, wait, let me get to the table of contents. I think I burned past the table of contents. Table of contents is nice and short. If you can't read it, forward, intro, drawings, then he breaks it down. Head and neck, torso, upper limb, lower limb, resources. Boom, nice and tight. So like I said, these books lay flat. Drawings, head and neck. So not much text. This is about as much text as you're going to get. So a lot of it is just, you need to have another drawing book. So for instance, Drawing Dynamic Comics by that guy, Andy Smith. I hear it's a really good book. In fact, last I checked, it's on its 7th printing. You might want to get that book. It's also available in Spanish. And I signed a release for it to be available in Chinese. I don't know if it ever happened. But just showing these basics are really nice. A lot of this stuff is stuff I already knew, but it's just seeing, for me, somebody else's take on how they break things down and how they do things. I love these eyes here, the front plane of the face. See that? Superman pencil. Dun, 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 dun. This is cool, seeing the sternomastoids, how they wrap around. This is a very tough angle of the head to draw. So stuff like this you can just refer to while you're drawing. And if I was going to recommend any book out of the series, I would recommend this one first and foremost. Because like I said, once you get the simplified shapes down, you don't need to know much about anatomy. Look at Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby, if you look at his very early work in the 40s and 50s, that dude knew his anatomy. It's when he got older, he started simplifying stuff to more of the basic shapes. AJ says, I need a hardcover of Drawing Dynamic Comics. Mine's getting pretty ratty. I'd love a hardcover of it, but there's no such book out there. I wish there was a hardcover of it. Different angles on the face to help you see how the shapes work with the different angles. This is great. Just a nice page on the basic shapes of the eye and nice tight close-up. Graphicon says, I don't think they were never made in hardcover. You know what I should do? I should actually see, since it's, the book is, my book, Drawing Dynamic Comics, did go up to 7 printings, but now it's technically out of print. So I need to see if the rights have reverted back to me to where I could print it. And if I can reprint it, I should see about reprinting it and adding more material to it, and see about doing a crowdfunding campaign for a hardcover version of it. Ooh. Breaking down the nose on the following page. I love this. Breaking down the mouth, breaking down the ear. Even in my book, I mentioned how the ear's a Y shape, like that. The inner part of the ear is a Y. This is great angle to show the back of the head like that. And the ear. And we get to the all-important torso. And look, basic shapes. This is all you need. You can start with the box, and then you can circle in the rib cage and stuff. So this book just really breaks it down nicely. Oh, Chris Reeder says he has a first printing of my book. Oh, I don't even, here's the funny thing. I don't have a first printing of my book. And signed. Well, there you go. This is cool, showing the arm go up and the big shapes of the muscle attachments. So he's not getting into the individual muscles as much. It's all just the basic forms in this. You know, this is really a fantastic guide. You can see it's very important for counterbalance. If the shoulders are going this way, the hips will do the opposite. So shoulder angle, hip angle. AJ says his isn't signed. Hopefully we can remedy that at a convention one day. If I had any extras of my book, I'd sell them to you, but I don't. Here he is. Here's a figure, nice little foreshortening here. And then he gets into the upper limb. I love this of the hand. This is great. This is very George Bridgman right here. George Bridgman shows this interlocking great. The upper arm is wider this way and thinner on the side. The lower arm is thicker and then thinner, so it's the opposite, but this shows how they interconnect. That is very Bridgman. This is very George Bridgman as well. So this is just a great book. I want to be able to get through all 3 of them in this stream, so I'm going to flip a little faster. Plus, you know, you guys should be able to pick them up. I love this, showing, you know, this outer muscle of the upper arm obviously connects to the thumb side, and then the inner arm, all that big meaty muscle of the inner arm takes up most of the forearm. In the muscle book, the bodybuilding type 1, he breaks down these individual muscles. But here, boom, 3 of them. That's all you need. 1, 2, 3. Bam-a-llama ding-dong. I could do this, and then you don't see the light above. Oh, damn it. Oh, there we go. That's centered better. He's showing the hand. I love this stuff with the hand. Hands are still the bane of my existence. Not the Bane character Graham created, but the bane of my existence. I got to get these. Andy, do the pages lay flat? Or do they want to close? It looks like you're holding them down. Well, I'm holding them down because the surface it's on, my Cintiq, is at an angle, and if I let go, it slides. But if I do this, I mean, it does. There, I'm not holding it down. I mean, the book is made to lay flat, unlike a paperback, which won't. So great stuff with the hand here, and showing foreshortening with basic shapes. Oh man, yes, he has a whole book on hands and feet, which I'm tempted to get. I haven't decided yet because of, after drawing stuff for 30 years, I don't know if I need a book just on hands and feet. I still have the Bern Hogarth. I've got a lot of books. I owe Graham $1. Great. I'll even give him more. I'll buy him a beer. Love this stuff. I think for myself, there's enough stuff in here on the hands and feet that I don't need the book by itself. So now he's getting into lower legs. He's drawing a little peepee. So basically the middle of the box here, no joking aside, this is the middle of the rectangular box for the waist, right? And I was like, oh, middle. I usually drop down to here. And you can see this is the bottom of the rectangular box. The middle is where the peepee comes out. And then obviously the bottom is the sucka boom yo. I'm such a child. So I love, like, this looks so John Buscema Marvel way, doesn't it? Guarantee this guy has looked at that, because I believe this guy's younger than I am. I want to see the fat book so I can draw Cecil. Oh, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. And then he does go into the foot as well, which I thought was cool. So that's Snazzadelic. I like how he breaks it down into 3 big shapes: the heel, the main part of the foot, and then the toes. Look at this. This could be a flying pose. Just move that leg out some. So there's that book, Simple Shapes. There's the guy, almost looks like me. Why is it all great artists are bald with goatees? I don't know. Just saying. I'm not getting to the chubby book yet. We're doing muscled bodies. Table of contents, same thing. Forward, intro, head, neck, torso, upper, lower limbs. He's got this famous drawing here of Hercules from behind, showing his muscles off. This he does incorporate, so you can see basic shapes. This is cool to see a skinny leg like mine, and then you got Graham Nolan's leg right here. Graham Nolan posed for this, I believe. This I thought was really cool, seeing how the veins actually show. Now, obviously, when you're drawing comic books, you can draw as many veins and shit as you want. Just make that crap up. That's true. Mitch Bird book had a great section on oversized ladies. That is true. I think that the skill of drawing comics is so underestimated. It is, because drawing comics, you have to be able to draw everything. Ask an architect to draw a comic book. He can't, but he can draw buildings. Looks like this dude was a fan of Bart's Wizard column. You never know. He might have been. But this is cool. He shows how the veins actually go. But once again, it's comics. So, I mean, you can branch little veins off all this stuff. These are like the main arteries and stuff. But I thought this was so cool to see. You know, look at all the little veinies here and stuff. These are the major arteries. And then the little smaller veins bust out. Cut that inner artery. You see that in fight movies all the time. John Wick. Slash that dude's leg. Bleeds out. No! So this book can teach you where to cut a bitch as well. And when I say bitch, I don't mean a woman. I just mean in general. The head and neck, get into some muscles of the head and neck, the jaw muscle there, the sternomastoids, how they come down. I mean, most of the stuff I knew, but then like, you don't see these because of the trapezius going over top, but it's cool. Like this was a learning thing for me. You know, I never really knew about that. All I ever cared about was the big trap because that's what you can actually see. Oh yeah, this is looks like medical books. Yep, that is true. I never really struggle with adding veins because you can just look at a bodybuilder that's really vascular, but just seeing it like this where you're like, oh, we'll draw some veins and you can just pop it open. Love this. I never really thought about this before. This area of the neck, this thin sheet of muscle here, but then think about it when you see like venom or pit really tensing up and you got all the directions and pulls right here. That's cool. Drawing the ladies with the small boobages as the female bodybuilders do have. So I thought this was really cool. You know, look, this is how the ribs actually look. And you get people, I love when I draw a character, and I do this. Look at any superhero character I draw, and you can see I draw this part of the rib cage here and then the abs underneath. And of course, there's always one jackass that goes, oh, you don't even know how to draw rib cages. Look, this is how they are. See, you see the muscles right here for the abs. You don't see the rib cut out. Well, jackass is what I say to myself when I see that comment online. Yeah, you can, because as they suck in, you can see the rib cage cut out, and then you can see these cut of these little abs here, and then abs down. So whatever, man, it's comics. I do what I want. I do what I want. I don't do what I'm told. So this is great. Now we get to the upper limb. I love how you can see how the muscles attach and stuff. The latissimus dorsi, it does. I will say it drives me crazy when I see somebody attach the tricep underneath and the lat behind the tricep. That does drive me a little nuts because the tricep does not attach like that. The tricep right here, great example, goes behind and the lat goes underneath the bicep. But like here, this is one thing I never really thought about before is you've got the trapezius like this, you've got the lat come down the shoulder here, and there's this little bit of muscles right in here attaching to the scapula, and then here he shows it without the shoulder and the lat, so you can see how it actually looks to create those muscles. Love it. Love an elevator. Na, 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 na. So this book I just thought was cool. You know, this makes me want to draw Pitt. So I might, after I finish that Green Lantern cover, have to do a drawing of Pitt. I do have a sketch cover to do this week for somebody in the chat. I'm not going to out who the sketch cover is for. If they want to say who it's them, they can. But I have a sketch cover I'm going to start drawing after this stream for somebody in the chat. I will say it's a Power Girl is what I'm drawing. JP says, what's up? Pitt versus Monarch. You know, if I did a Pitt versus Monarch, I might have to do it in a Jack Kirby type layout because Jack did great battling covers with big guys, Hercules, Thor, stuff like that. I simplify everything for speed purposes as well. And I mean, drawing normal people, you don't have to know a lot of this stuff, but drawing superheroes, oh yeah. This is a great angle right here, looking down on somebody. I love this, seeing everything come around because the trapezius does connect to the clavicle up front there. You can see the rib cage underneath. So this is just a really great book for us superhero artists. You know, there's so many great drawing books that are out these days. Jay Lee says, go for it. I assume he says, go for saying who it is. AJ says you better show PG on the stream. The Power Girl drawing is for Jay Lee on a Superman Batman sketch cover that I have. So there it is. That's who the drawing is for. Love seeing this stuff. This is great. These are the Surratt muscles right here. That's so cool. Once again, this book doesn't get into proportion. It doesn't say anything about 8 heads high, 9 heads high, things like that. In fact, all these figures are drawn realistic proportions. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was tracing photos for reference on this stuff, because the proportions are so dead on with realistic proportions. But it's like, whatever. Love this forearm stuff here. Seeing these lines show you, if you do striations in the muscles, how the striations would go. But he, like I said, he doesn't get into any 8 heads high. The arm is, the upper arm is 1.5 heads in length. The arm from the top of the shoulder to the wrist is usually 3 heads in length. He doesn't get into any of that stuff. Proportion. This is just about muscle. Love this right here, showing how these connect. I think this dude's PP is a little big for a bodybuilder. Those guys usually shrink up from all the roids. Ha ha ha. Jay Lee is asking me, you do know about Roca? Yes, I read that Robson Roca passed away from COVID. That is awful news. He was an artist. He falls into the category of artist whose work I buy, specifically because I like the art. So the story could suck, but I bought his work because I like his art. So it's sad what happened to him and his widow now and his young, I think, son. But hey, getting back to this, here's something. Love this shot of the forearm right here. You've got the outer muscle. You've got the inner muscle right here. 3 tendons connecting, and you can break these up. I love this muscle right here coming around like that. Is very cool. I might actually incorporate that when I draw real muscular forearms now. Great foreshortening right here. Just great foreshortening on this page in general. The lower leg. Great foreshortening and anatomy stuff. So let's get into the book everyone's waiting for. Leandro, morning. Say hello to Brazil. Andy, hello, Brazil. Hey, you can see my face. I should do this. Hello, Brazil. Thank you for joining us. Time to get into fat and skin folds. Want to draw the blob? Don't know how to draw fat people? Look at Lizzo. Oh, is that body shaming? I don't care. If she's going to show it and flaunt it and say this is the new normal or whatever she says, then I'm going to talk about her. Some of the chicks he draws in here, like, I love Frazetta women, and Frazetta women just have a little bit of cushion, which is nice. I don't want to be seeing those skinny stick rail chicks. So here we go. This is just the introduction showing stuff. He gets a little bit into age, which I think is very cool as well. So you can see how the skin pulls down when you get older. This I thought was really cool, seeing just the big basic shapes. Even a little baby. Very Rubenesque, exactly. Says Past Master Dan. But seriously, on a serious note, there's a lot I learned from this book. Because here's the thing. I've been drawing comics for 30 years. I haven't drawn really large and in charge people in a long time. So, this is part of it. This is great for showing age in characters. This isn't even about a fat person. This is just how we age and how my face is going to look when I'm older with all the stuff hanging down. But then we do see a baby, a cute little baby. Baby, get in my belly. You know, I just thought of what I'm going to show on tomorrow's stream, which I'll talk about later. Wrinkles coming from the eyes, the muscles of the face. So, I mean, this is really cool stuff. Now we get into the big dude here and how they pull down and gloop and glop. And then we have a little baby. Little baby. What's a little baby, Rose? AJ says, why so many artists struggle with babies and young kids? I mean, I used to struggle with them, but I don't really struggle with them when I'll give you a great example. Well, Andrew Loomis is fantastic for all ages of drawing. And he has, I believe in Loomis's figure drawing for all it's worth, he has a standing scale of adult, teenager, tween, 7, 8-year-old, 4-year-old, and baby all lined up so you can see the heights. So smash that baby with a hammer. What the? No way. Smash that like button with a hammer is more like it. But anyhow, when I have to draw a child, the first thing I'll do is Google. So like if I've got to draw like a 10-year-old, I'll Google 10-year-olds so I can see their size proportion, you know. And generally you Google that and you'll get images of 10-year-olds and stuff from catalogs, clothing catalogs, but you also see family shots so you can see proportions. So Google's great, but I do look at my figure drawing for all it's worth for proportion and stuff like that as well. The torso. Look, it's Lizzo. So wrong. This is awesome. Seeing this here. This is just an all-natural woman right there. That is crazy. But, you know, in all honesty, drawing an overweight person, this book breaks down where and why the big roles bunch up. I do it for reference, okay? Have I mentioned symmetry? I have not mentioned symmetry. Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You know, this book, when you read all this little bit of text, it tells you why and where the layers of fat bunch up. And I think that's just really cool. And, you know, it does get into larger people, but it shows like how the chest will kind of wrap back around and how here, the midsection, it wraps, you know. So I think this is just another great tool. I look at these tools, I look at these books like tools in a toolbox, you know. And as artists, we use tools like this for a baby, for proportion is fantastic. And it's not all just really extremely overweight people. You know, it's different types, but I love how he shows how everything kind of droops down and where it bunches up. You know, look, this is Lizzo sleeping at night. This is Lizzo on the stage dancing. He must have saw Lizzo in concert and drew that from life. Upper limb, look at the baby. The cute little baby. I wonder if the fabric book will just show folds in clothing or how it conforms. I would imagine looking through these books, it'll show how it conforms to some different body types. I love this. Shows the interconnecting like in the first book of form, but it shows like how it comes down to the elbow and stuff, even on really large and in charge people. I thought that was cool. So once again, this is just another great book to get in your arsenal, whether you're a professional artist or learning. You know, here we have a baby again. I love how the baby has a crease in the upper arm and even in the forearm. Some babies are just wrinkly. This is the Jabba manual. Oh my God, you're right. It is. Bring me Solo and the Wookiee. Wookiee, 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 yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then he gets into hands, showing where to put the pudge in the hands as well. And then once again, a baby. Look at your baby hand. Getting to the lower limb. You know, pretty cool. Breaking down the lower limb as well. So, you know, I skipped some pages there. Don't need to show the whole book. Got to leave something for you guys. The footsie, and then we get to the back of the book. So these three books right here fit nicely on a bookshelf because they're tiny. You know, tiny little books. Look, boom, all three of them right there. AJ says, send one of these to Salvador LaRocca. Maybe he'll stop lightboxing movie screenshots. He doesn't do that, does he? I got to switch the camera back. Loving an elevator. Na 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 na. Does he do that? I don't know. I don't. I'll be honest. When it comes to Salvador LaRocca stuff, I own a page of original art by Salvador, and I really enjoy my favorite period. And he'd probably hate to hear this, but somebody's would probably say something like this about my work too. And you know what? Everybody has their favorite period of artist work. And now Aerosmith is stuck in my head. Oh, well, that's the way of loving an elevator. Because I don't know the rest of the words. I love Salvador LaRocca's Fantastic Four stuff. All right, let me see if I can find it. Turning on my other monitor real quick. Give me a second. For a split second, my microphone doesn't. My other screen. Every time I turn my Cintiq on, it does this. Hold on. I will show you guys the page I own of Salvador LaRocca's. Oh, Pacheco. I love Carlos guys. If my other screen turns on here it is. Give me a second. Let me move this out the way. That is now moved out of the way. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Whoa. What the? Hey, I'm back. What is this all about? I will bust out more songs if you keep it up. Okay, so what did I learn today? I learned that I should not turn my Cintiq off uh, while I'm streaming because of those problems. So guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to turn my Cintiq off again when I'm showing stuff. All right, I'll show you a couple pages I have. Andy sang Aerosmith. Now Steven Tyler having the stream shut down because he's jealous. All right, let's see. Oh, the screen's huge. Let's see if I've got my Salvador Larroca and my Carlos Pacheco scanned. This is the Carlos Pacheco page I own, inked by our very own Art to Bear. So I own this page. I just love that shot of whoever that chick is in the first panel. Don't know her name, can't remember. So this page is one in my collection I've had for years. Like I said, inked by Art to Bear. You know what? I think my Salvador Larroca page is inked by Art to Bear as well. Give me a second. Let me see if I have it scanned. Oh, I don't have my Salvador Larroca page scanned. That's that. Well, oh, I haven't showed you my Dragon Force. I gotta do that. I have to do that. Let me see something here. Here's a page by Ron Garney I own. Ron Garney and Mark Morales. That's a Ron Garney page. But wow, okay, hold on. I think I have a scan of the Dale Keown page. So let me see. Oh, stupid computer. Here we go. Oh, you don't need to see that. All right, you guys look at that beautiful Ron Garney page. I'm going to see if I have a scan of the Dale Keown spread. I want to say I do. I do to you, a ring, a beer. I'm starving. I need to start incorporating snacks into my live stream like Aaron does. Man, I'm hungry. And I ate breakfast. Oop, I don't think I have it scanned. No, I don't have it scanned. I will get that page out for tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow's live stream I will show the Dale Keown page on tomorrow's live stream. I promise. I promise. I'll show you this though that I think is cool. Have you guys ever seen John Byrne ink Kurt Swan? I have one of Bart's EXO pages that's about 8.5 by. Did you work? I did work it, and the actual size of the page is 8 by 12, I believe. So the page is 8 by 12. This isn't a great scan, but this is from a Who's Who. This is John Byrne inking Kurt Swan. So yeah, anyhow, AJ, yes, we actually worked on 8.5 by 11 by 13 paper, or 8 by 12, maybe. So it's bigger than 8.5 by 11. This is John Byrne inking Kurt Swan. How cool is this? John Byrne inking Kurt Swan. I think that's awesome. Love it. Oh, this is Neil Adams inking Kurt Swan. Look at that detail. Hold on. The great Neil Adams inking Kurt Swan. Damn it. There we go. Look at that. That is just so nice. He even forgot to ink the boot outline. Now I want to see the printed cover to see if they put it in color. Looks like Byrne lengthened a cape. Let me go back and look. Yeah, he might have. So that's Neil. This is Kurt Swan. I inked this over Kurt Swan in Clip Studio. So this was all inked digitally. Playing around, inking a little Swan digital. There we go. This was just a fun little experiment. Thought I'd try. This is a, oh no, he didn't lengthen the cape. Look, cape goes down to the back of the boots. So he did not lengthen the cape. But I love this little Kurt Swan model sheet on Superman here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3/4 head high, not even 8 heads tall. But this is awesome. Love this shot. As a kid, I didn't appreciate this nearly as much as I should have. But as an adult and artist, I just love that so much. There's the pencils of that one that I inked. So I could actually do this. Loving an elevator. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that singing. Had to do it. Don't worry, the screen is only black because it takes forever to pull up something I'm trying to show. This is what I'm trying to do. Show you guys a little side by side. So look at that. A little side-by-side for you guys. Oh, man, did I ever meet Kurt Swan? No, I did not. Oh, that would have been awesome. So here's a little side-by-side so you can see the difference. Like I said, I did pencils, or I did the inks on this digitally. Now, was it Swan that had to draw over Jack Kirby Superman faces? Yes. No, that was Murphy Anderson, I believe. I believe that was Murphy Anderson that did that. So anyhow, just thought I'd show this side by side. You guys see the difference here. So there's that. All right, guys. Before I leave you for the day, First Man in demand right now. If you haven't got it yet, run over, go back it now. Books would ship out today. First Man 2 Learning Curve coming to you very, 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 very soon. This is what I do when it's playing. Thank you, Jay Lee. Thank you. You have a good one. Bye-bye. Please remember, like, subscribe to the channel. I can't do this without you guys. Oh, the audio's not shared? Darn it. The audio should be shared. Oh, well. You have a great day, too. That is it, guys. And you know how I like to end the show. I'm always doing it. I'm always bringing it. What am I bringing? I'm bringing this. See? I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Go ahead, go with it. Go ahead, go with it. Go ahead, make me smile. Go ahead, go with it. Go ahead, go with it. Sexy girl. 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 Go ahead, go with it. Get your sexy on. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.